Hi guys, it's Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? How you doing? If you're returning, hi friend. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. And today is Monday, the 4th. Now, if you watched my previous video, you'll know that I filmed it this morning. But I'm going to say it again. If you are a Star Wars fan, which I really am not, but if you are, may the 4th be with you. I know, I'm like silly. Also, if you noticed, this shirt. This is the one I made in the last vlog. And there are only a few things that I would like to change about it. I would like to, one, make this a little bit lower here. And although I do think the straps are good, I think that I want to take one more out and do 7 instead of 8. Other than that, I think that it's great the way that it is. I did not put a border on this one because I actually like the way that it looks. So I didn't bother doing a single crochet around it. You know, if I ever feel like I need to, I will do it. But for the moment, I like the way that it looks. But anyway, in this video, there are a few things that I would like to do. Number one, I want to put out all the whips that I have in this room and put them out on my bed and try to decide what I'm going to do first. Well, I know what I'm going to do first, and what I would like to do first is finish off the blanket. This morning, I already weaved in all the ends to this stack. And if I'm not mistaken, we have 3 more stacks that the ends need to be woven in. The only end that I left that I didn't clip was the center, just so that I know what is the back side, right? But they're already woven in. They'll be cut once I have the blanket all together, or at least that row. I want to work on that at some point today. Maybe in a little bit. I also want to lay out all the, like I said, the projects that I have started in this room. We're not going to worry about my workroom at the moment. We are just going to worry about what's on my bed or what's in my room and put those out. So I know what is here, and that's what we're going to try and tackle first this week. Now, with that being said, because of course, I want to make another one very badly because I love the way this looks and it's comfortable. You know, it feels comfortable. It doesn't feel overly hot like my other ones do because they are so thick. Now, those I think are going to be good when it starts going into the fall, or even right now, because right now it's still kind of chilly. So it's okay to wear those and then have like a cardigan over, because they will keep you warm, right? And in the fall, that's a good thing too, because, you know, when it starts getting a little chilly and you don't want to wear a sweater, I like to wear personally cardigans. So if I have one that's warm like this, or warm like the ones that I've made, that even though they're straps and they're, you know, tank tops, because of the fact that they're solid, all the way across, it makes them very warm. So this part of me always stays warm. I like this one because it's not as warm. Because it's in the mesh stitch, I believe that's what this is called. Because it's in the mesh stitch, it's not as hot as the other ones. Now, I always wear a tank top. Always. Unless I'm wearing some kind of a bikini top or a tank top, like a bra top kind of, or sports bra or anything like that. I always wear a tank top. It's just a habit. Because of the shelf bra, I get hot, right? And I always, with my regular bra, always have to wear either a tank top or a sports bra. Now, this can work for either one because, I always tend to wear a tank top regardless of what time of year it is because I always get very hot. So if I have to take something off because I'm hot, I want to make sure I have a proper shirt underneath, right? Now, because I always wear a tank top, and in the summer, that's usually what I'm in, period, is just tank tops. But because I'm also so top heavy, sometimes I want to wear, something where it'll cover a little bit more than what the tank top does, like this one. And I like it. Even if I wear, let's say, a sports bra, I can always still wear this. And, if it doesn't matter as long as this part up here is covered. It doesn't matter if you can see through the shirt. I don't really care. I'm going to wear what I want to wear, period, because that's just who I am. That's who I've always been. And if that's what I feel comfortable in, then that's what I'm going to wear. But I can literally put this shirt over anything. And I like it. And it's comfortable. And like I said, the only thing right now that's bothering me is that it's a little too close to my armpits, which I don't like. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that. There's two things that I always try to keep in mind when I'm making wearables, either sweaters or tank tops. One, I don't like anything too close to my neck. It has to be like here or down because, like if it goes past here, I feel like I'm being choked. And two is the sleeves. And that goes for cardigans too, because I always take that into account. The sleeves, they should be a little bit lower because I don't like anything touching my, going next to my armpit because, again, I get very hot and I sweat. And, when I finished this, I was like, I want another one. And because I need to, change a few things, and this is a summer, item, and I do want to make it in cotton, and I think I have the perfect cotton to make it in because I'll have enough, because this does not take very much. There's no sleeves. I want to make sure I have the pattern more or less down, right? Exactly the way I want it before I make it in cotton. So I decided that I was going to make another one now. Now, mind you, these don't take very long because, again, it's just 2 panels that go straight up. The straps are done directly along with the pattern. They're going to be just a little bit different, but they're going to go straight, they're all attached. And then all you have to do is attach the straps and the sides, and it's done. That's it. It's that simple. And I really want to make one in, I have a bunch of Karen All Day cotton, and I also have some 3-weight cotton that I didn't know what to do, and I think this might be the perfect thing to do with it. But I do want to make one in cotton, but before I do that, like I said, I want to have the pattern down. I don't want to be making any mistakes with the cotton. So, we are redoing this shirt today. Now, I did it in pieces because if you didn't watch that video, I started this on Saturday afternoon, and I was busy on Saturday. I also baked on Saturday and was doing a bunch of other things, so I just did it whenever I had a moment to sit down and crochet because I wanted to have it done by yesterday. And I got most of it done, and I only crocheted for about maybe, if at the most, 2 hours. Because like I said, I was unfortunately busy. Oh, I think I crocheted a little bit more because I think I also finished the blanket. I can't remember. You probably remember better than I did if you watched that video. At the moment, I can't. But I figured that, in total, the shirt took me about 3.5 hours to make. It was nothing like crazy. I think it, like, yeah, I believe it took me about 3.5 hours to make the entire shirt. Maybe, if I had to guess, I'm trying to time myself on this one, although it's not going very well. But when I make the second panel, if I can sit here in one shot and work on the second panel, I'll know how long it took me to do the first panel. Or maybe time myself. But anyway, at the most, including the sewing, like adding the sewing, probably anywhere between 3.5 to 4 hours at the most. So I figured that I could get maybe one panel done before this afternoon. And my friend, her grandson is playing softball, a baseball. I keep saying softball because I had a girl. So we played softball, and so did she. So our girls played softball. But he's playing baseball this afternoon. He has a game. And she's always complaining that I need to leave the house. And she's right. I need to get out more. I would be happy being in my house all day long, crocheting and watching TV and not doing anything. But I do need sun. And my friend also says I need to get out and get some sun and some exercise, especially with the fibromyalgia. And he's always like, did you go out today? But anyway, he's having a baseball game today. So I'm going to go with her to watch him play some baseball. And of course, I'm going to bring something with me. So most likely what I'll bring is this and the shawl. Now, I'm going to tie on the other skein to the shawl. And the reason why I want to bring 2 is because that's 3-weight yarn. And although I'm, getting more comfortable with working with 3-weight yarn, especially when you're outside, sometimes it's easier to work with the 4-weight yarn, a thicker yarn. And I'll bring both. So if I feel like working on this one, I'll work on this one. If I feel like working on the shawl, I'll work on the shawl. But hopefully this shirt will be done by sometime today. At the most, tomorrow. And I know I'm supposed to be working on my whips. I know that. But the thing is this. this is something that I'm going to wear relatively soon, right? And I do want to make one in cotton so that I can wear it. I do have the whip that's already started with the all day cotton, right? The Karen all day cotton, which is a granny. It's a triangle. It's a granny square, and we are going to work on that one. That one's in there, but maybe we can work on those at the same time. You know how I like to jump from project to project in one day, unless I'm hyper focused, and I want to stop doing that because when I get hyper focused like that, I tend to forget about everything else until that's done. And I'm trying not to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. Because then everything else gets like pushed to the side, and that's not a good thing. And I'm trying to stop that. So when I say I'm going to work on 2 projects at once, that's exactly what I intend to do. I have to go get something to eat. So I'm going to finish this row. And again, like, look, I only had, I think the base and 2 rows done, like the foundation and the 2 rows done. And I've been talking to you for about almost 17 minutes. And when I finish this row, I'll count it, and you'll see how much I've done in less than 20 minutes. How much can get done. And no, not even, because I wasn't working on this the whole time we've been talking, right? So probably about 10 minutes worth of work. Hold on, I'm almost there. Now, the only real different thing that I've done so far from the beginning of the pattern is the last, on this one, I chained 61. And when I did that, which is fine, and it's not bothering me at all, but for some reason, I like things to be a little bit more even. So you can't see the sides anyway, but I chained 61 last time. And so every other row, like when I would turn, you see how this one has 2? So on one row, it would have 2 on one side and 1 on the other. And then on the next row, it would have 2 on the other side and 1 on the other, if that makes sense. This time, I did a chain of 62. So they end exactly the same. They were ending oppositely on the other one. On this one, they're ending exactly the same. So you have... Why does this look off? Oh, no, no, no. It's okay. Did I do something wrong? No, okay. It's... Two, two, one, one. There's something wrong here. Oh, I know what I did. I see what I did. I see what I did. All right. Yeah. And we've learned this. We've learned this. That when it's something like this, I should not be talking while I'm working because I put it in the wrong place. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. There doesn't go one in there. That does not get one. That's where I was off because that's supposed to stay together, right? We don't put anything in there. And that's exactly what I did. So that was my fault. I ripped back 2 rows. But even though 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I did 6 rows in like 10 minutes, which isn't bad. Thank God I stopped and checked, right? Because I would have been really upset if, you know, that would have happened. Um, I would have been really upset if I wouldn't have caught that and been all the way up. So now that I caught that, that's why. And that's why there's a space there. Because I did right. I messed up. That's okay. But see, thank God I did catch it. Because now it's right. And if I would have gone up the whole thing and then like caught it, I mean, it's for me, so I probably would have left it if I was that far ahead. But unless it was really bothering me, I would rip it back. So, you know, if it was something that was really noticeable, which it was, that's why it caught my eye. I'm glad that I did that with you guys and I caught it. And, that's another tip. Like, I know that because I do, you want to rush because you want to get it done because maybe you want to wear it. I get excited when I make projects. And the reason why I want to rush and finish them is because I just want to either wear it or use it. And I tend to, right after, like, especially when it's bags or wearables, I tend to finish them and use them right away. Like, it'll be fresh off my hook and I'll be walking out of the house with it. And that's why I want to finish them so badly sometimes. Like this blanket. I do want to get this blanket finished because I want to use it. The only thing that's holding me back is the fact that I want to make something that I want to wear. Or else I would have been working on the blanket. But I'm going to take a break real quick. Grab a snack to eat because I did eat earlier, but the more my thyroids get leveled, the hungrier I'm becoming, which is normal because it regulates my metabolism and normally I have a very fast metabolism. That's why I was always hungry as a kid. And I was tiny. So I am getting hungry and I need to get a little snack and I need to go do some house chores and put my dishes away real quick because we are going to a baseball game today. And I don't know if I'll film outside. I'm still a little, I don't know. I need to get a little more comfortable. I might try, and I don't have a mic, right? So, I want you to be able to hear me, even though I get told I'm a loud mouth, so. But, okay. And this is what I wanted to show you. I don't know why this stayed over there. Before, every other row had, like, it was back and forth with the clusters of 2 at the end. It was on one and not on the other. Now, they're all the same. Because what I did was I added an extra chain, an extra stitch to my chain. So this is a chain of 62. And when you get a chain of 62, it'll be 61 chains, and every row will end the same instead of ending opposite on each row. And again, you're not going to really notice because this is where it's going to get stitched together. But it's just a thing in my head. So now they're even. And this is what it's looking like so far. And I picked this color because, number one, I think it's beautiful. Number two, I get told I look good in blue. So I went to go look at my blues, and I have like the cornflower. This is jean, I think, denim or something like that. I have cornflower, and I have a few shades of blue and teal. Light teal. I think this is dark teal. No, this is sapphire. I don't know why I said dark teal, and I have dark teal, but this is sapphire. But one of the main reasons I picked it is because that cardigan that I have that I made in the fall, the Hexie cardigan with the Mandela yarn, that's like shades of blue and orange and, you know, all those. I think it has green in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful yarn, and the Hexie cardigan is gorgeous. It's very lightweight. I actually had it on yesterday in the house when it was kind of cold in her house. I did take it with me. But this would match beautifully with that cardigan. And that's all I was thinking. That if I make this, I can take that cardigan with me wherever I go, because I always take a cardigan with me, even in the summer, because you get in the car and, you know, people have the AC on and you get a little cold, so you turn the AC on. I mean, they're hot, so they turn the AC on, and I can't take cold like that with my body because of the fibromyalgia. So I always have a cardigan, and that goes for anywhere. You go into the supermarket, you go to the mall, which I don't do anymore, thank God, because I hate the mall. But anyway, you know, when you go to places and you go inside, there's air conditioning. I always keep a cardigan with me in case I get cold so I can put it on. And to have a cardigan that would match with this, that would be, you know, beautiful. Now, with all my cardigans, what I want to do is make shirts, solid colors that go with them. Whether it's in cotton or acrylic, whatever I have, I would love to make a bunch of tank tops, and maybe like this. We're going to see how the Granny Square one comes out, because that one I'm doing a little bit different, right, than I've done in the past. So once, you know, once I have the patterns down, I would like to have a few in different colors so that I can put it on and just grab a cardigan that I can take that I made, and I have a shirt that goes with it. And that's the goal for this summer. So we are going to work on this, and most likely what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in the kitchen, grab a bite to eat, a snack, maybe a piece of, you know, pound cake that I made that was absolutely delicious. Yesterday I had made a trial one for me because it was the first time I ever made the recipe. And then I made the ones that I took to her house, and those came out better than the first batch, which is awesome. But yesterday when I left, half the cake was gone. So it was good. But what I might do is, since I have a little bit of time before she gets here, I might just start doing the last row on the bottom of the blanket and maybe start attaching, or I might save that for when I come home, and when I get back from the baseball game, if I'm feeling okay, and I'm not too tired, maybe I can work on it a little bit before I go to sleep. Because I really would like to get this done, but I don't need it for today, right? Because I can wear this one. I do have to sew and weave in my ends, but I can wear this one. Um, but I would like to have it for Wednesday because I believe he has another baseball game on Wednesday, and I don't want to wear the same shirt. Um, and wearing all black, I need to wear color apparently. But anyway, we're gonna go check it out. We might just work on that, at the game and do the blanket before she gets here. And then, finish it off maybe tomorrow and just bounce back and forth. Now, as far as I know, tomorrow, thank God, today I had an appointment. So I didn't start crocheting until late because it's already 4:30. Before my appointment, it was here. It wasn't at a doctor's office. I have a therapy appointment that I have every 2 weeks. And, I don't have to leave my house, but I have to be, during that time, I don't do anything. So today is always, those days are always like a slow day for me to get crocheting because I don't want to do anything heavy before my appointment because if you don't know, I tend to get hyper focused and then I'll forget. So I try not to do anything that takes too long so that I don't forget. I'm mindful of the time. That's why I fixed the shirt and I restitched it. I fixed the straps and I fixed the whole shirt and I put it back together. And I wove in all the ends to the squares. And then after my appointment, I started doing this. Because when it's something that's like this, that's in my head, I got to get it out. And that's what we're doing here. And while I'm getting my snack and getting everything, I will figure out, if anything, I might not work on anything before she gets here because depending on how long it takes me to get a snack and, do what I have to do before it's time to go. But we will be figuring this out. I promise. And we will be figuring out what we're doing for the rest of the week. And like I said, I'm still going to try and gather everything on my bed that's in here that's started already and see what it is we have to do and try to plan it out. So we're going to work on what's in here first and get that finished. And then we will start on what's in there. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. We'll go in there. And that'll be, what we do tomorrow. We go in there, we clean that up, we get all that. But I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm rambling. So I'm going to let you go. We also have to weave in the ends to these and finish. This is one of the projects that needs to be finished because we need placemats, which I already started doing 2 squares and it's just sitting here. So that's one of the projects we have to work on. There's also a case for my tablet, but I digress. I will be right back. Okay, hey guys. So these are the projects that we're working on, right? And the ones that we have in the room that need to be finished. There's the shawl. That's one project. There's the bag that I'm making. That's another one. So that's 2. Then we have the placemats that need to get done. And these are the coasters. I started making the 2 squares. So we need to finish that. This is supposed to be it's going to be a case for my new tablet. This is how much I have started, so we need to do that. And this is a basket that we need to finish. These are the squares that are going to be for that cardigan. And then there's just the blanket, which the rest of the squares are right here that need to be, the ends need to be woven in. And this is the squares, these squares here. So that's everything that's in here that needs to be done. Isn't the blanket so pretty? She's so beautiful. Oh, hold on. Okay, and the only thing I didn't show you was this. And I did go to the baseball game. Oh, Jesus Christ. I went to the baseball game. And I got almost the entire front panel done while I was there. So this is the panel for the second shirt. And again, I'm doing it a little bit different, right? So this time I'm actually giving myself more room before I start the straps. So I have more room under my arms. And I would normally start the straps here on this one. So I've added one full row all the way across. Now I'm adding a row number 2, and I believe I'm going to do 3 rows. And then on the 4th row is where I'm going to start the straps. And I think that that's good because I want the straps over here. And we all know this looks tight, but seriously, and I added one more stitch. But once you put it together, it works. So I want it to be down here. So in order to start the straps here, yeah, I need to do 3 more rows. So I'm on the 2nd row now because I think 4 is going to be enough. So I have one done. I started the 2nd one. And then I think I'm going to do 2 more. And then that's when I'll start the straps. So that way this is down here where I want it to be. And, you know, it's only, like this is like the size of the 1st row. So it's not going to be, you know, it's going to be fine. And we're just doing single crochets right here. That's just single crochets. So we are going to be okay, and it should definitely work. But this is what I worked on while I was watching the baseball game. And I think I got a lot done in what? I think we got the game started at 7. So probably like an hour and a half worth of work. Not bad, not bad at all. I mean, I did take a break, a small break where, you know, I had to get up, and we left there. It had to be like 9 o'clock or a little bit after 9 when the game ended. So around 9 o'clock is when I started. So about 2 hours. And I did take a break in between where I got up and had to walk around because it was just too much. But I'd say about an hour and a half, give or take. And I don't think that's bad at all. And I'm loving this color. I think it's beautiful. And I think it's going to make a really nice top. But that's all I did for today. Honestly, I know that these past few videos have been a little bit, I've been slacking a little bit, and I know the videos are a little bit, you know, different than what I normally like to do. it, I don't even know if that's it. I know that it's been a little more difficult for me to film these last few times because of the pain. Um, the fibromyalgia is really acting up, and I know it's because of the weather. This back and forth in the rain and the humidity, it's been very hard on me. And filming has been a little bit difficult, but just because it's difficult, I don't want to stop. You know, I personally, it does help me to film. I just hope you enjoy the videos that I'm making, even though they're not as, you know, full as they normally are. I I wouldn't say that. I feel like I've been a little loopy lately because of all the pain and the fact that I'm so tired. But making these videos gives me motivation and it helps me. And I hope they help you and I hope you enjoy them. I don't think this video is going to be that long. So I'm going to end it here. And we can pick up tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling a little bit better. So you'll be getting this video on Tuesday. And yeah, and I don't know if I had discussed this in a previous video, but what I'm going to try and do from now on is post 4 days a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So Wednesday, I'm not going to post a video. I was thinking of going live, but honestly, I will be going live. But at the moment, I need to, I think, feel a little bit better before I do a live stream. Because the fibromyalgia is really, it's really, I'm getting, wow. The flare-ups are getting a little bit hard to deal with. And I know that some of you might say take a break, and I'm taking it a little bit slower, but believe it or not, it does help me to at least do something if I feel okay. Now, right now, I'm feeling, the pain is starting to set in because I was sitting here for a little bit. I was working on the bag that I just showed you because I had taken it apart. I didn't like the way it was coming out, and I had taken it apart, and I just wanted to get the base done because I want to work on that bag tomorrow. Now, I will be working on this tomorrow at some point because this is not going to take me a long time to finish. Now, tomorrow, as far as I know, I have no appointments and nowhere to go. And even if I have somewhere to go, I'm going to not go, if that makes sense. I did a lot yesterday. I did walk to my friend's house, and yeah, I got a ride home at night, but then today I walked all the way to the park. I did get a ride home, but my body needs a break, and they're supposed to have another game on Wednesday, but I think it's supposed to rain. I could feel it. My feet are killing me. And I might not make it on Wednesday because I think I need to take a break where I I know I need to leave the house because I'm always in the house. And I know that's not good, especially since I'm all by myself. But I really do think I need a few days where I don't really do anything or go anywhere because this weather is taking it out of me. Um it's really making the fibromyalgia act up, and I need a break where I don't leave the house. Um I just need to sit and relax and sit in my chair and just relax and crochet. And I think that's what I need, a few days of that. So I think that for the rest of the week, as far as I know, I don't have any doctor's appointments this week for the first time in a long time. I don't have to go anywhere this week. As far as I know, I have nowhere that I have to go. And the way I'm feeling right now, I think I'm going to take the rest of the week, even if, like I said, the baseball game, I'm not going. I want to go, but I don't think my body can handle it, especially since it's supposed to rain. So I can catch up a little bit on what I have to do, and I can do it slowly because I can crochet throughout the day, like most of my videos are, right? Most of my videos, before I started going to all these doctor's appointments, they were really following me across the day when I sit down and I crochet. And, I can only sit here for about an hour. So, I would film a little bit and then I would take a break and do whatever I had to do. And then when I sat down again, I would film a little bit of that. And I like that. That makes me feel good. Sharing with you as I go. Unfortunately, these last few weeks have been very difficult, but we're getting through it and we're getting there. And although I do want to take it slow, I'm not going to stop. Number one, that is, I don't do well not doing anything all day long. My brain won't allow me, and it's the ADHD. I've been like that since I can remember. Uh, Obviously, I can't run around, but lying in bed all day is not an option. Besides, that makes my body hurt even more. So I have to be moving around. I do need to take a break, I think, like I was doing, and maybe lie down for a little while in the middle of the day, not taking a nap, just lying down and relaxing my body. But I can't sit for too long, I can't stand for too long, and I can't lie down for too long if I'm not sleeping. It's just the way it is. So I do want to take it slow where I'm not doing anything heavy, not walking a lot. I think I need a few days where I just sit here and, crochet for a little bit, rest for a little bit, do whatever I have to do for my pain, and, do little things and take it easy because the fibro's taking a lot out of me. I also want to apologize for yesterday's video going up late. I know it's not like mandatory and I don't have a set schedule, but you know, I don't have to have a set schedule, but my videos have been going up Mondays during the day. Normally, I think I had it set for like 6 in the morning because I would have these videos done on the weekend and edited and up for Monday by Sunday. And because of the weekend that I had, I really didn't get that done. It took me a while to edit it and to finish it this morning. So apologize if I was a little bit late. I was a lot late, actually. I think it went up at 11 o'clock at night. I downloaded it and then I just forgot. It took me like after I finished filming, I did edit it to the best that I could, and I did put it, downloaded it and everything, and then I was getting, eating lunch because I wanted to eat before I went to the game, and then doing other things, and I did film part of this video, and I uploaded it, but then I completely forgot to put it up. So that was my bad, and I'm sorry. But I think I've talked long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, we will be working on this and trying to finish some of that. I think I want to focus on the bag first because that is going to go into a shop for consignment. And we'll see what happens. But I do want to do a few bags. And a few different sizes and a few different bags. And I want to take them to my friend's shop. And hopefully, someone will buy it. But I do want to get some of those done and taken over there. So in between all of this week, we're going to try and get at least 3 bags done. Let's see if I can do it. But I have to go take something for my pain. So I'm going to say bye, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being so wonderful. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You're more than welcome to put pictures up in the community of whatever work you do. All I ask is that you be kind and respectful. And if you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. And I'm sorry, I'm in a lot of pain right now, so it's hard for me to concentrate. Hit that like button. And if you want to be notified when I'm on, you can hit that little bell, and it'll let you know when I'm on. But I appreciate all of you very much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Remember, keep creating. Bye, guys.